Hey everyone, it's Nico with another ThoughtLoad here, and I'm going to talk about two different topics today that are linked to me. One is that it's something that Tyler has actually mentioned before in some of our podcasts and some of his ThoughtLoads, but that's starting slow. And the other thing I'm going to mention today or talk about today is seeking guidance. And I really do think that those work hand in hand, especially when we're trying out something new. Not only do we want to ease into it at times, depending on what it is and certain circumstances, right? But we need to hear perspectives from other people. No matter the amount of research that we do, I think there's always something that we may miss. We're imperfect people. And that's okay. And yes, I think there are certain things that we expect to be perfect, right? If you're driving down a 2-lane road, I'm expecting that you're not going to hit me in the face, right? But when it comes to life decisions, when it comes to choosing your path, when it comes to following a passion or starting something new, maybe that you haven't done before, getting that guidance is wildly important. And I think starting off slow is too. The story that Tyler tells is about a guy who went to the gym for 5 minutes. And he did it for a long enough time that the act of going to the gym made it normal for him. It made the experience easier to understand in his mind and his body, whatever it may be. And eventually he went longer and, lost a lot of weight, did stuff. At least that's the way that I remember the story. The Cliff Notes, obviously. But I think that's vitally important because I caught myself doing this. For me, I feel like because I've accomplished so much with my body, with lifting weights, with athletics, with all of that stuff, I feel like anytime that I want to make a change, I know that I can do a lot. But actually doing it is a totally different story. Recently, I said to myself, I'm going to have a 45-minute period every single day where I'm just going to focus on my body. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to meditate and do all this stuff. And that happened 0 times. Now, that was only over like 3 days, so don't freak out. But over those 3 days, I didn't do anything, even though it was right in front of me all the time. I read it every day, but it's not easy to start from 0 and go to 100. And that's where I think starting off slow really helps. And so for me, it's going to be 5 minutes right now, at least for the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, until I get back into the rhythm of stretching and being more mindful about my body and meditating and things like that. But over time, I know that I can stretch more. I know that I probably will stretch more at some point just because I want to. And that's okay that it happens like that. I'm totally okay if it takes some extra time to get back where I want to be, as long as I stay the course, as long as I keep doing that thing. Because that's what we all want is consistency, right? Because if we're doing that every single day, things are going to get a little bit better. You're going to get closer to your goal. And I don't know, probably going to be happier. So, and again, I think the other important thing is seeking guidance. Kind of like I mentioned before, I wanted to go into this a little bit more. But and I can give you a personal example of why I think guidance is important. I personally feel like I can play golf at a professional level, even though I've never competed in an event before. I never played high school golf because I was playing football, but I've played golf my entire life. And naturally, I'm a single digit handicap, and depending on the day, I'm shooting mid 80s to mid 70s. Sometimes a little lower, but rarely right now. And even though I feel like I can change and do things myself, I need to find someone who can look at what I'm doing from a non-biased perspective and tell me what they see and tell me what I need to work on or what I could work on. Even though I know the sport, I've been not only playing golf that long, but watching a ton of golf too. And so I'm hearing different perspectives from pros and coaches and announcers and all that stuff. And even though I have all that knowledge in my head, I think each and every one of us has to understand that it's okay to reach out and ask questions. It's okay to seek guidance and just get another perspective. And the important thing to remember is that even when you go out and seek other perspectives, it is totally okay to sit there, listen to that perspective, and then leave that conversation thinking that was a good perspective. I'm glad I heard it, but it has nothing to do with who I am or what I want to do. That's okay to think that. I just urge you to be kind to the person that gives you that perspective. So if you are thinking about starting something new, you are starting something new, I wish you the best. And I hope that some of these thoughts can help you in your journey. And if not, that you seek guidance to find support in your journey. I wanted to leave you with this quote here on seeking guidance. And it's by Immanuel Kant. He says, "Immaturity is the incapacity to use one's intelligence without the guidance of another." Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned for another Thought Load next week. And as always, begin the duel, win the day.